YouTube, it's your boy Gettin, and I'm back with another ESG Football update. This free-to-play game is looking like a banger. Let's get it. YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Gettin, and I'm back with another video. Yes, this is my GGC. You already know the deal. Like the content if you like the content. If it's the first time to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell on all. I got all types of content coming at you, just like this ESG Football 25 video. There's all types of information that's coming out on this game. Let's delve into some of this information. First, let's start off with they've selected a handful of gamers, about 30, to play the beta. It's like a small beta test. And it's great that they're doing this because they can iron out any bugs, figure out new bugs, and just get a good feel of where the game actually is, like the status, how good it actually is. And all I've been hearing is all positive things coming from this game, from smooth gameplay to deep gameplay to the animation quality. That's a big one. The fact that the animation qualities are really good. I'm hearing that this is a defensive game, a new independent game. They're kind of doing their own thing. Shout out to the ESG developers out there because they are creating something truly unique, something that us simulation football gamers desperately want and need. Well, let's go over some of these details that, a lot of people have been asking them questions on their. First of all, if you guys didn't sign up for the beta, sign up for the beta. Also, go to their IG. You get a lot of details there, and we're going to break down some of these details because a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions and they actually been answering. And the reason why I am actually breaking this down or sharing these answers with you guys is because everything that the developers and the co-founders and the founders have said about this game has come true so far. The hype is real for this game, and I cannot wait to see some damn gameplay. It's about time that we get some gameplay. And we were just talking about animations. Question: are the animations going to be good like in real life football? The answer: we had many professional football players come in to do motion capture to ensure that the animations reached a high standard. We also filmed over 10,000 animations for the same reasons. For instance, based on how you're moving in the pocket and to whom you're throwing, there are over 200 ways for a single quarterback to throw the ball. We put the work in. Dog, that's impressive. You know how important it is to have a ton of animations right from the start? They're saying they have 10,000 animations from the start. They are singing to my ears. That's exactly what makes NBA 2K and NFL 2K and All Pro Football 2K8 so good was the animation quality and the animation quantity. That's so important. 10,000 animations, and they bring up a small example, 200 different throwing animations. Are you kidding me? Madden has what? 20, maybe 100 throwing animation? Not even. I don't even think it has 50. And I'm not trying to say that the game is going to look as good as Madden. It can't, right? It's on a independent gaming budget, not a $100 million budget that EA has. EA has, I don't know, about 1,000 or 2,000 developers, artists, animators, all that working on their game. Come on now. This is a small time, true independent developed game. I don't think it's going to be crazy like that. So let's move on to the next one. I think the game is still going to look really good though. Okay, here's a question about the online servers, right? Servers are crazy expensive, super expensive. Not gonna lie, whatever server cap y'all think y'all need, you should times it by 2. Basically what the guy is saying. And he's also saying how this game is going to be fire, right? Yeah, it's funny you should say that because we had every lengthy convo internally about that. And I could tell you right now, it ain't cheap, but you're getting every dollar we have into it. Speaking about funding for servers, because this game is going to be all online, 7 versus 7, with all these animations, with the physics-based things that are happening. Yeah, you're going to need some really good servers for that. And here's another piece of information that you guys may not like, may not like, I don't know. Let's talk about it in the comments or whatever. But yes, the game is free to play, but you can buy currency so that you could use that for your attributes. Shout out to Jurisco. He said that on his channel. That's not my information, that's his. And yeah, you can buy attributes essentially. So they do need to make money, right? The great thing about that, right, is what Jurisco said is that you'll be able to, if you are a 65 or a 70, you're only going to play against 65s and 70s, right? It's not like you put your money in your 99 or 90 and you're playing against bumps. No, you're only going to play against other 90s. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, you can actually put money in. So with that being said, the money that you're putting into the game, that money is going to go right back into the game. Okay, more gameplay on size and height and weight and stuff like that, right? Another question, would the game matter about your size and weight as well? The size and weight of each build absolutely matters. If you want a 5'5", 140 pound player to maximize your speed, don't get mad at us when someone hit sticks you into next week and you fumble the ball. There's a ton of strategy when considering what's your best build. This game is a simulation game with a lot of depth. And this is what I mean by, I really think this game is going to kind of shake up the simulation sports genre. An independent team is going to put more gameplay depth and ideas and feed the community what they want, more so than maybe NBA 2K, more than what Madden and EA does. EA and Madden do, right? So I think this game has the shot to be crazy good and detailed. Let's hope they get there. I think they are already there, honestly. I can't wait till I play this game. Okay, if you're a little bit hyped to play, this kind of answers your questions of when you can play. When will the next wave of players get to play? It all depends on how this test goes. This test will have 30 concurrent users. If all goes well, we expand to 60 and then go on and so on. We don't want just to release without being positive on all systems are go. So that explains it. You're only going to be able to debug certain bugs when you get a certain amount of players on a server. Kind of self-explanatory there. You need a lot more players and that's what they're going to do. Another depth question about gameplay. How will the offensive line work with different pass protection and pulling guards, etc.? We're improving each position every single day, but we're super happy to say yes. Pulling guards, screens, draws, traps, fold blocks, block and release, etc., are in there. They're saying that this stuff is already in the game. That's crazy. But to be honest, every day we want to add more, but we have to release the game and then grow from there. This game is going to release with a lot of depth per position. So if you're an offensive lineman and you want to be in the trenches, you're going to get a full ensemble of things to do. Different types of blocks, as you can see, different types of actions. This game is going to be good. I really believe it's going to be good. Okay, here's a question about some perspective, right? People realize how hard it is for an independent studio to compete with the AAA studio. Keep going. Insanely difficult. But the most encouraging thing is that we are as small as we're ever going to be. We are as bad as we're ever going to be. And even with that said, I really like where we are from a gameplay perspective right now. Can't wait to see where we are a year from now. It's one step at a time. Yeah, they have the right idea. They have the right head on their shoulders. They know where they're going. But the thing I like about that is they like where the gameplay is. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who have played do like where the gameplay is right now too. So this game is going to be primarily online. And if it's going to be primarily online, we all played online games, right? There's always something cheesy going on in sports games, Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals, whatever the case is. Like, yo, for real, if you pick Iron Fist and Marvel Rivals, I'ma smack you. But you guys get the idea. There's a meta to every online game. Here, they are meeting that full front and trying to tackle it, pun intended, right? So I wonder if what they say here, not to say that is not true, but at least they're tackling it, at least they acknowledge it. Here's the question. Do you think meta builds would be a thing, like a build that's more OP than the rest? The answer, we spend so much time tweaking builds to avoid this very thing. Our founders hate the idea of seeing just one or two builds. The people who founded ESG they do not want the cheese. They don't want people just using one or two builds, meaning a build that could do everything, right? And that's great. I love hearing that. And we'll see if that comes through. One thing that we're proud of is that no build can do it all, yet any kind of build can have fun and be an impact. That's dope. I'm telling you, I really think this game is going to turn some heads. It might change some things. Let's go. I'm ready. Penalties. That's what this question is about. Will there be penalties huddling before a snap and potentially like a tournament for ranked players? All right. In the vast majority of online game modes, there will be no penalties. But remember, this is still a simulation football game. We designed the game in such a way that you can't slow down the flow of the game with penalties. One quick example. No offsides. We don't want someone to intentionally sell the game and going offsides and slowing down the experiences for others. We did it in a way that it doesn't compromise the integrity of simulation football. And that's, again, more music to my ears. Most players will choose a skill position. So are you going to make the lineman fun to make? I'm going to be honest and saying it would shock you to know how often people want to play as a lineman in the playtests. The majority will be skill positions. Yes, you're right. Yes, but do I feel that the AI is very, very smart on the O-line in our game? Yes, but there's something that's a ton of fun about continually springing a massive block that leads to a huge play for your team. Another question about animations, and I think I've been wanting this for so long and no football game has done it yet until ESG. Let's see. Can we select our own animation like jukes, spins, and hurdles? As some of our stream team guys have pointed out, there are a lot of juke and spin variations in our game. Yes, I can't wait to see that. I've been wanting that to be in a football game for so long. To me, it's just like NBA 2K, right? When you're creating your My Player and you have, I don't know, 50 or 100, whatever the number is, of different crossovers, different types of spin variations, different types of step backs, all those combinations. Oh my God. Look, that's so much depth in NBA 2K. The fact that it's going to be in a football game, that's impressive. Oh, I can't wait for that. So yeah, let me finish reading. I ain't even finished reading the statement. Plus, the pro players in motion capture love showing off their moves, so we have a ton of moves to decide on. That's amazing. So look, they got ex-NFL or maybe semi-pro players. I don't know who, but they just said pro players, right? So they have elite level talent recording their movements so that we can get actual movements of these athletes and use them as our own. That's amazing. I cannot wait to play this game. Okay, now remember, I spoke to you earlier in this video, and it's a long ass video, I know, but I spoke to you guys earlier about budget. Well, they got to use their budget for the gameplay. They got to impress on gameplay. Immersion is a part of gameplay, but it's not the main thing. So here is a question kind of speaking to that. Will there be deep commentary presentation, stats, banners, wipes, highlight plays? In a word, no. When you have 0.001% of the budget of EA and you want to do something that has never been done, sacrifices have to be made, and they sacrificed everything for gameplay and the way the gameplay looks. With, I'm telling you, 10,000 animations, ridiculous. Being that the first year is going to be played online mostly, players will be on the mics predominantly. After initial release, we will certainly be able to add to our budget and add commentary. And by the way, we have phenomenal partnerships in that department. It'll just take some time. Hey, I think they're gonna do the damn thing with whatever budget that they got. And the more we put money into this game, and I know this game is going to blow up, it's going to be massive. They're just gonna be raking in the money, especially the fact that they changed their monetary philosophy on now you can buy attributes. Dog, they're going to make cake on this one. They're going to bank. They're going to make money. And then on top of that, you'll be able to buy cosmetics and everything like that. So yeah, I think this game is going to make a lot of money. And EA is already talking about, because of the loss of FIFA and the poor sales of Dragon Age, they have to cut people. They have to lay people off. EA better come with a really good Madden this year. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? They actually answered one of my questions. Here was my question. The playtest, is it 1v1, 7 versus 7, or 1 versus computer experience? Both playtests will be 7 on 7 on the field. In terms of human users, one mode is 1v1 and the other is 4v4, all 7 versus 7 on the field. Here's a question about searching for teammates when you're out there running solo, right? What is searching for the game process like? Will there be multiple QBs on a team, for example? Great question. There are different modes, which mean different ways to get in on the game. In the Heights, you'll have full autonomy with whom you choose to ready up with. So yes, the same type of build could all ready up together if they wanted. In other modes like the Wreck, no, there will not be 2 QBs on the same team. More on gameplay. Will this game be more of an offensive type of game or more of a defensive type? It's our goal to make it as balanced as possible, but I have to be honest and say defense. The fact that there were a ton of punts in the first beta alone shows that the defense can get stops in this game. And that was something that I was kind of worried about, because if everybody is a user, you really have to worry about how, say, your corners are, how whatever builds that you're playing with, especially with random people. It could be a long game if you have a bad team, and that's definitely going to happen regardless. But the fact that this game is tending to be a little bit of a defensive game, that's kind of cool. It gives you a little bit more flexibility on your builds, but we'll see when this game drops, right? Here's a quick question about the amount of linemen that you're gonna have in 7v7. How will linemen function in 7v7? Is it just 1 center and 3 receivers like the Pro Bowl? Hell no. 3 linemen, 3 down linemen. Dope. There's gonna be a lot of builds that are made. This is how it goes down. Are positions locked to each other like QBs and safeties, or can I pick freely on both sides? You could build stats depending on your position. So to use your example, you can build a QB DT, a QB DE, or a QB middle linebacker, etc., etc. It just depends on what you make for yourself. I'm telling you right now, I might create a quarterback safety, because I'm going to double up on the speed. All I got to do as a safety is tackle, right? So I need speed, tackling, maybe some ball catching or whatever. But as long as I get a lot of those quarterback skill traits, that might be a meta right there. Nothing cheesy, but just something that a lot of people are going to build. We'll see. Here's a really good question. Detailing how 7v7 is scored. How's the actual game scored based? Is it like first to 21, or is it by like quarter? Great question. 11-11 is timed, but 7v7 is currently set to 15. 15 may sound low, but the game has a defensive element to it. So the average game time for a 7v7 is about 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a long time to play with a bad team or even a good team. So I think that 15 minutes is a good sweet mark. Yeah. Here we go. Talking about the run game, more gameplay details. I love it. I hope this keeps going. How's the run game? You don't have to take my word for it. The first beta testers reviewed it were very, very high. The run game comes down to execution. Whichever side does their jobs the best will win on that down. No more pre-scripted random outcomes. If my guy is good, positive things are going to happen. I love it. Let's go. Also, he mentioned execution. So you could have a good player, but if you don't execute, you're going to get hit with a negative. That's how the game should be. That's how all sports games should be. Real quick, will there be punting, and can you play as a punter? Yes and yes. And special teams is a big factor in this game. If you think about it, a lot of people aren't going to sacrifice their precious attribute points on punting. So if you actually do have a player that's a good punter, that's going to really be good, especially in a defensive game as they're describing it. Injuries. Will my player be able to get injured? In multiplayer? No. but he will get gassed. Stamina and endurance do play a very big role online. Don't sleep on your stamina. Not so much like, I guess closest example is Madden, right? Stamina don't really mean anything. Practice. AI practice? Yeah, practice. We're gonna need a practice mode in a game like this, right? So is there gonna be any way to practice your skills by yourself? Right now, us devs have a practice mode depending on community feedback. We will determine if it makes the initial cut. And when I voted yes, it was at 100%. And I'm sure I was late voting yes. So I think that, yeah, we're gonna get a practice mode into this game. You kind of have to have one. Maybe the biggest question of them all. Do you think your game is going to be out this year? Without a question, 2025, this game is releasing. I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait to play this game. I need it. I need a good football game in my life. Yeah, that was a lot of information, right? That wraps it up for right now. Please chop it up in the comments below, especially if you're still here. If you're still here after this long video, for real, you're a real one, and I appreciate you. But like I said before, let's chop it up in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about any of this information below. Until the next time, it's your boy Geddon, and we out of here.